brother who is doing some wonderful work, received his doctorate. I'm so honored and just to be here to be able to share this song. It's a song that was in one of his short films called We Are One. And I'm going to start it now. And Jay, just let you know, from Cindy Charles as well. We are so happy and proud of you, and just keep doing the good work, keep leading on, because that's why you're here, and we know that. This is called We Are One. Relationship requires a foundation. A foundation is not fenced-in boundaries, but honoring the fulfilling capacity of time and energy within each other's lives. A relationship to fulfillment and not parameters is fundamental. Dr. Reverend J. Hooper said this: we are one. We are one. We are one. We are one in the spirit. We are one.
Thank you so much, Lindsey. Oh, that was
congratulations, Jay. Thanks. Thank you.
All right. So welcome, everyone. I have put an outline of this ceremony in the chat so you know what we're doing. Thank you so much for being here. It is an honor for us to gather here virtually, and how we wish we could be in person so that we could hold one another. But we're holding each other in spirit. And I would now like to introduce Liz Collier, who is the chair of the American Ethical Union Leadership Committee, and she will award the certificate to Revolutionary Dr. J. Hooper. Thank you, Liz.
Thanks. I am thrilled to be here today to talk about my friend Jay Hooper. I have the distinct honor of being one of the first people in ethical culture who met Jay in the summer of 2015 when they and their partner, Story Michelle, walked into the Riverdale Yonkers Society for Ethical Culture. Jay had a feeling they'd found something that might be a good fit for them, and a few months later, Joan Lewis and I hired them as our Director of Family Programming and Ethics for Children teacher. Though they had heard of Felix Adler through their coursework at Union Theological Seminary, they had never attended an ethical society before. And Jay, correct me if I'm wrong on any of these details. And now here we are a little over a year after their certification as an ethical culture leader, and my deep love, respect, and admiration for Jay just keeps growing. This past Thursday, Jay defended their dissertation and was conferred as a PhD in interdisciplinary arts at Ohio University College of Fine Arts. For the dissertation and live presentation on Thursday, Jay wove together their multiplicity of identities as a Black, queer, humanist, artist, philosopher, and theologian to deconstruct the life and narrative of Liberian Prince Kabu as Samuel Morris, the Christian angel in ebony. I was in awe. During their time in the AEU's leadership training program, Jay not only worked on their course material and completed internships at the Brooklyn Society for Ethical Culture and the First Unitarian Society of Minneapolis, but they also embarked on the PhD program that I just mentioned, produced and released the film Humanitas about the reimagined meeting of Felix Adler and W.E.B. Du Bois. They helped organize a conference on decolonizing ethical humanism, and they formed deep friendships and collegial relationships with the 4 current leaders in training. I was fortunate enough to visit the First Unitarian Society of Minneapolis during Jay's internship there, and I heard their talk at a Sunday service. They sounded like an ethical leader to me. The connection Jay has made with the congregation and clergy at First Unitarian Society of Minneapolis is just one example of the ties we do well to make with other humanist colleagues in other branches of humanism. We are so fortunate to have Jay Hooper amongst our ethical leaders. When the leadership committee accepted Jay to its leadership training program, we knew that their unique life experience and their perspective on theology, humanism, and the arts would push us to expand our ideas of what ethical culture could look like, and we weren't wrong. This morning at the All Society platform, I spoke about exploring different humanist traditions to enrich and push beyond the white male Eurocentric ethical humanism that bore us. Jay challenges us with different frameworks to practice and live our ethics and be in community. They will introduce us to different kinds of humanist practice if we will let them. Jay is already doing the work as leader of the Susquehanna Valley Ethical Society and president of the National Leaders Council. So with that, I want to congratulate Jay on all that they have achieved to meet the call to be humanist clergy. Most specifically, today we celebrate their certification as ethical leader, and at some point I hope we will see a copy of their certificate that they received a year ago. In my opinion, to know that Dr. Revolutionary Jay Hooper is an ethical culture leader means that we are in good hands.
Thank you, Liz. And now you will be receiving, thank you so much for posting that. There it is. Thank you. Great. And now you will be receiving from your colleagues of the National Leader Council their intangible gifts. Now, if we were in person, we would light candles and we would pass that flame along a line, and that line would put us in order of the year in which we were certified as leaders. And you, as the newest, we would be lighting your candle, and then when we would extinguish them, you would come back along the line and we would all embrace you. So you need to use your prodigious imagination and imagine that we are doing that. And our colleagues are co-hosts. So I'm going to invite them now in no particular order, because that would require a lot of us to put ourselves into the order of certification. But in no particular order right now, I invite our colleagues to come forward and to offer you their intangible gifts. So colleagues.
Well, I guess I can start. Let me just say, Joe Schumann here. It's whenever I'm in Jay's presence, I always feel a sense of uplift and joy. It's hard to feel down when you're in Jay's environment. And there are a few things that I want to say of commendation. First is congratulations in joining our ethical collegium. I think we're all enriched by it greatly. I also have to welcome you into the club of PhDs in that regard. Congratulations in terms of winning your doctorate. And I just want to say a few things that are personal. Jay and I, probably most people don't know this, actually have something that brings us together. And that is that we are both students and devotees of the great Cornel West. Cornel West was a mentor of mine and teacher at the very beginning of his career when he was only 24 years old. And Jay has been the recipient of his wisdom, I guess we might say fairly enough, towards the end of Cornel's career, although he's got many years to go. So Cornel West has brought us together under the same roof, and it's made me feel closer to Jay as a result. I just want to say one thing. I think I'm the leader now of longest standing. My leadership now subtends parts of 6 decades. And therefore, I guess I have to say that I reflect the roots of ethical culture, and all things that grow, of course, come out of the roots. And Jay, in effect, brings, as we all know, peerless creativity to our movement, and we're very grateful for that. And I just want to end with a thought that goes back to our roots. As everyone knows, the adage that Felix Adler most often invoked is bring out the best in others and thereby the best in oneself. But he had there were various variations on that adage. He sometimes said, bring out what is unique or distinct in the other, and you bring out what is unique and distinct in yourself. But another variant, which we never employ, that he occasionally invoked, was bring out the new. Okay, and I think of that when I think of Jay. He, in effect, brings out the new, and with the new, we will build, I think, a more buoyant, creative, and really admirable and successful career. So I welcome you, Jay, to our group. Thank you. Congratulations.
Jay, this is Kate, and I just want to say, just always trust yourself and you will never go wrong. And I'm so very happy to be your colleague.
I'll bring a candle, since and sort of pass it on metaphorically. I would bring companionship and offer companionship, Jay. I'm just honored to have you as a companion, and I offer my companionship to you. Too often, as leaders, we work amongst all sorts of people, but it's often a lonely job, professionally isolated, and we need each to be companions to the other as we walk, to lend strength, to give support, to get support. And so I find my best gift that I can offer is companionship and this warm welcome. And I pass the candle.
That is an excellent transition, because I have a candle here. And I want to say to Jay about 2 gifts that Jay has, and my wish for their renewal, right? That Jay, you shine so brightly. And I want you to remember that you can share a flame without just extinguishing your own, but also to let others share their flame with you, right? To allow yourself to be reignited, to receive as well as giving, that you do so well. So, to keep on with the fire of commitment and the light of truth and the warmth of love, but also with, the water of renewal, the water of healing, and to remember to fill your cup and to let others help you fill your cup. And remember this circle of community that holds it all. So those are my wishes for you about renewal and support and showing the gifts that you already have.
Thank you. This is Richard.
I'd like to offer you as my gift, true, what is true, or you are a truth teller, and true in its many different sides. Truth, of course, as being in accord with reality, to speak the truth, but true also in being genuine, true as in being loyal, true as in being faithful, true as in being steadfast, true as in being accurate and aligned and being true as opposed to being out of truth, true as in being honest, and true as in being just, true as in being properly so called what you are, as in being a true ethical cultural leader, true as in unwavering, as in true and straight to the target or to the point. So may you be a true guide for a society one day and for our entire community, a true friend to all of us who need you, and a true exemplar of our values.
So what I would wish for you, the revolutionary Dr. J. Exodus Hooper, is something you have already, I think, learned, but as a reminder, I'm wishing you a lifetime of growth and differentiation. Becoming an ethical culture leader is not a one-time event. You continue to become a leader as long as you live and serve.
Shay, I bring to you and see in you your boundary border crossing self. And my wish is that you keep crossing those borders, and that in the crossing, you continue to expand the understanding of who is family, that you invite us, as you continue to do with your huge heart, into family together. I'm so honored to call you colleague, Shay.
Can a leader in training go next? I don't have a candle. I have some incense, and so maybe it will waft out my window to where you are. Oh, my dear one, my teacher. I have not always understood all the words you use, although I think I may finally know what hermeneutics is. Thank you. But that's been okay because you speak to my heart and to my gut. That's how we talk. And I love you, and I'm so grateful for the ways that you have expanded me. And I am just so grateful to have you as a colleague, a friend, and a teacher. And the gift that I am offering to you, me, my gift in support of your leadership is, first of all, my humility. And also, as you have been such a beautiful example of radical vulnerability, I am offering in support of your leadership, my radical vulnerability. And of course, my love.
Jay, I hope you can hear me. Can people hear me?
Yep.
I will continue nonetheless. I want to offer companionship in continuing to question our assumptions, for that is the way that we're able to grow together. And I am so pleased to have you as a colleague and to welcome you amongst us. Peace and love.
If I can share a moment, this is Hugh J. I offer you support for continued patience as you color white spaces in ways that nobody can imagine can be done in creative ways, in new ways, in challenging ways. And when I walked into the New York Society one day a couple of years ago, and this was the image that I took away from your ability to color one of the whitest men you know was a joyous experience. So thank you, Jay, for coloring white spaces and my support as you continue that effort. Thank you.
Jay, oops, I just blew out the candle. Wait a minute. I'll come back. Somebody else go.
I'll jump in. And Jay, I just want to, with a candle here, express my deep appreciation for your rich friendship and in a broad sense for your colleagueship. My gratitude for your queer companionship as well. My offering and hope for you is mutuality. You're trailblazing new paths for us, and I fervently hope you discover nourishing relationships that offer you a mutual support and accountability. Relationships that can walk alongside you, and much love to you.
Jay, you once asked me if I'd be one of your moms, and I said yes, with love, and loving to have another son. And when we first started doing this ceremony, I said I bring caring, and I would expand that to compassion for everyone. And I hope I can always offer that to you as you bring us radical change. And I am so ready to learn from you and recognize how much joy and creativity you bring to us. Thank you, and congratulations.
Jay, I guess my first sense is that there is no bushel in the universe that can actually cover your light. And so my wish for you is that you continue to have the space, and that your colleagues and the ethical movement provide a fertile soil for your light to grow.
And I, if I may, would like to speak as someone who came to ethical culture as a child and offer Jay a wish in 3 parts: enduring enthusiasm and exuberance, continuing commitment and care, lasting and laughing love in, from, and for ethical culture.
Can I be heard?
There you go, Jim. I was just going to ask you.
Oh, thank you. Jay, how incredibly wonderful. I bring you gratitude and also rejoicing in our roots. I think we may be the only 2 leaders from Virginia. Am I right about that? And in the spirit of Nat Turner from Virginia, for whom my middle grandson is named, may I urge you to continue emphasizing revolution. It was my honor to mentor you as I learned about your incredibly courageous work in Athens against racism. And we also have hermeneutics in common, Union Theological. And I look forward to studying your dissertation and trying to understand it. But most of all, I'm grateful to have you among us, and look forward to your continuing inspiration to all of our work.
Thank you. Are there any of our leaders from whom we have not yet heard? I'm looking through the gallery.
Liesel is literally raising her hand.
Go ahead, Liesel. Liesel, we can't hear you. There you
Okay, now I think we can.
Yes.
Yes. As a revolutionary in a movement that's spans 2 centuries now. I wish you patience. And I wish you the long arms to, while you're pushing some forward, you have other arms stretched back and holding on to those who have a harder time with some of your ideas and ways of doing things. Everything I've seen from or heard from you has been wonderful, and I welcome it to the ethical culture tradition of seeking right relationship. You have a challenge ahead of you because some of us are pretty used to the old ways. And I wish you the patience and the courage to keep on going and to seek mentors, to check your judgment and to trust your judgment. Good luck. Congratulations, Liesl.
Thank you. Any other of our colleagues I may have missed? Okay.
Louise, isn't she here?
And I haven't heard from Christian. I was wondering. Okay, well, they may.
Well, Louise is here.
There you go, Louise, yay.
I didn't know if it would be appropriate if I said anything, but since
Absolutely
Liz called on me, I really appreciate Jay. I think he brings wonderful things to our movement. I find him intelligent and entertaining and just really fun to be around. And if you know me, you know how much I love fun. So I just encourage you to keep bringing that fun. And I love how encouraging and affirmative you are to all of us. So thank you.
Thank you, Louise. Is Christian here? Okay, all righty. I think, unless I've missed someone, I think we have covered all of our colleagues. And that leaves it up to me. Dear Jay. Gratitude. Deep, abiding, heartfelt gratitude to you, my dear. You caught me when I fell down, and you held me lovingly. And even as you held me, you then performed these Herculean tasks. I don't know how you did it, but I'm so glad that you did. And so what I offer you in addition to that deep and abiding and everlasting gratitude is my presence. I am yours. I am present to you. And you tell me what you need that presence to be. And I'll do it to the best of my ability. And now, Jay, I'm handing this program over to you. This is your time and your space. And when you're finished, then we'll hand it back to Lindsey. But tell it, Jay, tell it.
Oh wow. Oh wow. The way my heart is moving right now, the way that my mind is just, of course, percolating with various words of wisdom and brilliance and love. There is so much in this virtual space. There is so much in this virtual space. I'll say it, there is so much in this virtual space. It is not just looking at people in little boxes. There is a real feeling, and I am so grateful. Everything is so heartfelt. But it is one thing, if I may say, it is a wonderful thing in many ways to have a leadership within ethical culture, to offer a lens that both offers moral courage, at the same time, a poetic imagination. I don't think Adler was too far when he was thinking and speaking and saying all the things he was saying. He was poetic and he had a moral courage. And those things were existent. And that in many ways is what I offer. Even in my dissertation, I talk about it as an ethical imagination. Those two things are the bridge to creating ethical imagination, which is going to take us a lot of renewal, because here we are together reimagining in this present moment. We have already started reimagining. As I listened to the future leaders speaking, I heard a reimagining, a conjuring for hope, for the things seen and yet unseen. And I saw that in that framing, all of the things not only hoped for were already brewing, because our future leaders are showing up with their own, as I may quote Joan, their own leaderness. And I appreciate that. I am so glad to have also had those who have been midwives to this generation that is coming forth and holding us and ushering us in to this time. With me, no, ethical culture is not looking to be the same. I can guarantee you that. I'm not about being the same. And I hope that as I, in many ways, age with grace and hopefully finesse, that I will always continue that tradition of always offering a space for both the poetic and the courageous imagination to keep flourishing, to keep speaking, not only to the heart, but to the mind, and to the hands, to the feet, so that we can embody a perfect union that speaks to our fullness as human, a complete union that speaks also to the soul, and that in many ways perfumes to draw people near and far. And that when they smell you, they get a good whiff of what ethical values look like, that they get a good whiff of what kindness in the world should look like. And that in many ways, we have shaped a theology and shaped a formation, shaped a courageousness that in many ways speaks to who we are at the core. We are ethical culture. We are ethical in so many ways, and we are going to put that out in the world. So I thank you so much to all of you. I thank you for your words. I thank you for your affirmation. I thank you for your ethical imaginations and prophetic words just going forth. They have been absolutely wonderful. Thank you for holding me as you have always done. I appreciate it. I speak life to you. I love you. And I'm going to keep on fighting and picking with you at the same time, because that's what I do. So I turn this portion of it over to those who are in charge. I thank you again.
Thank you, dear Jay. I've been seeing some beautiful comments in the chat. Please continue to do that. And please remember to reach out to Jay to send you his your congratulations to him, your love. And Lindsey, thank you so much for your music. I'm bringing you back to close us out with some more of your beautiful music. And thank you so very much.
Thank you again for having me, Annie. Thank you for very much, Jay. And I stand corrected. I said, Dr. Reverend, you're far beyond any reverend in any form of realm. You are a revolutionary. I acknowledge it completely. So this song, I think some of you may know, it's called The People Shall Rise. J is for the people. We are surrounded by each other. We love each other and we support each other. And Jay is one of the leaders of that great fight. So the people shall rise. We are rising today. We rise with Jay. And we're so happy, and I'm happy to present this to you once again. The people shall rise. We all know the waters, how it ebbs, how it flows. My this place called America, to be shamed and disgrace brought to my knees. But what the man don't understand, that like a tree I was meant to stand, and just like the waters, just like the waters, just like the waters, the people shall rise. On just like the waters, just like the waters, just like the waters, the people shall rise. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. La, 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 la. Now we all know the truth. They're trying to displace us, trying to erase us. But don't you know, they will never have their way, 'cause just like the waters, just like the waters, just like the waters, the people shall rise. On just like the waters, just like the waters, just like the waters, the people shall rise. And there won't be no levee to stop us, won't be no hand to hold us back. Just like the waters, the people shall rise. Yeah, 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 just like the waters. Whoa, 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 just like the waters. Whoa, whoa, yeah, just like the waters, the people shall rise. Yeah, la, 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 la. Now we all know the water, its power, how it is, how it flows, and so it goes. That no matter what they do to us, no matter what they say, the people will find a way. Yeah. Just like the waters, just like the waters, just like the waters, the people shall rise. On just like the waters, just like the waters, just like the waters, the people shall rise. And there won't be no levee to stop us, won't be no hand to hold us back. Just like the waters, the people shall rise. Yes, the people shall rise. Oh, the people shall rise. Say it again now. The people shall rise.
Thank you so much, Lindsey. Thank you everyone for being here with us to celebrate together. And a special thank you, as always, to Anna, who herds us cats and keeps us on track. So farewell and stay in touch. That's what we most need, is this connection. We were connected today. Hold on to the connection, embrace one another. And I look forward to the next time that we're all together, and especially the next time we're together in person. Take good care, everyone. I'm going to stay on in case anybody would like to chat, but we're closing up the formal part of our ceremony. And fare thee well, dear ones.
Thank you so much, Anne. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.
Okay, thank you.